All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're tackling a question that seems so simple on the surface, but wow, it unlocks this whole world of tech and complexity. And that question is, what does AI actually stand for?
I mean, let's be real. The term AI is literally everywhere. It's in our phones, it's in our cars, it's showing up in our coffee makers. It's thrown around so casually that it's easy to just gloss over what those two little letters really mean. But asking that simple question, that's the first step to really getting what's going on. And here it is, the big reveal. AI stands for artificial intelligence. Yep, that's it. Artificial because, it's made by us humans. And intelligence because, well, that's where it gets interesting, right? The whole goal is to build machines that can do things we normally associate with a thinking mind, like learning or solving problems. Okay, but just knowing the full name, that's really just the tip of the iceberg. Because in the real world, AI isn't just one single thing. It's this huge, sprawling field of study. And what one person means by AI can be totally different from what another person means. So let's clear that up. And this is where things start to get a little tricky, because you've got two things happening at once. On one hand, artificial intelligence is a totally legitimate, serious field of computer science that's been around for decades. But on the other hand, AI has become this super powerful marketing buzzword that companies just love to slap on their products, even when it's maybe just some really good software. So, to make sense of all these terms flying around, let's use an analogy that I think really helps. Let's imagine artificial intelligence is an entire restaurant. It's the whole establishment, the building, the sign out front. It's the biggest, broadest category that contains everything else. Now, inside that restaurant, you've got the kitchen. This is machine learning, or ML for short. It's a part of AI. It's where all the action is. This is where systems learn patterns directly from tons of data, instead of being programmed with a rule for every single possibility. So if you've ever heard the phrase, "it was trained on data," well, you're in the machine learning kitchen. And then, inside that kitchen, you might have a super specialized chef. That's deep learning. It's a part of machine learning that uses these really complex structures called neural networks. Now, this chef, absolutely incredible at very specific, complicated dishes, like recognizing faces in photos or understanding what you're saying. But they can be surprisingly clueless about common sense stuff, like maybe not setting the napkins on fire. So, how do you take all this and actually use it in the real world? With all the marketing hype out there, it's tough to tell what's genuine AI and what's just pretending. So, let's build a little checklist you can use. Yeah, this quote pretty much nails the problem, doesn't it? When some new app comes out, you have to ask, is this actually AI, or is it just regular old software that's put on a hoodie to look cool and trendy? Let's figure out how to tell the difference. Here are 4 practical questions you can ask. First, does this thing actually learn and get better with new data, or is it just following a bunch of pre-programmed rules? Second, can it handle new stuff it's never seen before, or does it break if you go off script? Third, is there a way to actually measure how well it's doing? And fourth, and this is a big one, is there a human in the loop somewhere, especially if it's making important decisions? Now, here's the thing. For all the hype and all the talk about what AI will do in the future, the truth is you are already completely surrounded by it. It's just often this quiet, behind-the-scenes engine that's powering things you use every single day. Just think about it for a second. When you type something into a search engine, AI is ranking those results for you. When you pull up a map, AI is predicting the traffic. The songs Spotify suggests, the products Amazon recommends, all AI. It's the thing that filters junk out of your inbox, turns your voice into text, and translates signs in other languages. It's kind of the invisible glue of your digital life. Okay, let's take a minute to bust a few of the biggest myths about AI. First up, the idea that it's always right. No way. That is absolutely not true. An AI can be wrong, sometimes in a funny way, sometimes in a really dangerous way. And the tricky part is, it can state that wrong answer with 100% confidence. And that leads to another huge misconception, that AI understands things. Context, sarcasm, the way we do. It doesn't. Not really. What it is an incredibly powerful pattern-matching machine. It's so good at finding patterns that it can seem like it understands, but it's a different process altogether. And this is maybe one of the most critical myths to bust, the idea that AI is somehow perfectly objective and free from bias. Here's the deal. An AI system learns from data that was made by humans, from our world, which is full of all our messy human biases. So it's not a shock that AI can learn those same biases and in some cases even make them worse. It's a massive challenge that people are working hard to solve. So all of this, it naturally leads to one of the most important parts of the whole AI conversation. This stuff is powerful. It's a powerful tool. And that means we have a huge responsibility to think really, really carefully about how we build it and use it, especially when it comes to things like fairness, safety, and just basic trust. So when you're looking at an AI tool or service, these are some of the green flags you should look for. Are they open and honest about what it can and can't do? Is someone actually accountable for what it does? Can it be checked or audited? Is your privacy protected? And are they actively testing it to find and fix biases? These are the signals of trust. And hey, if you want to go even deeper on your own, here are some awesome, really solid resources. For a great, straightforward overview, Britannica is perfect for beginners. If you want to get into the really deep philosophical questions, the Stanford Encyclopedia is amazing. And for people actually building this stuff, the frameworks from NIST and principles from the OECD give you practical guidance on how to do it right. As we start to wrap this up, if there's just one thing you remember from all this, let it be this. Artificial intelligence, it's not magic. It's not some mysterious force that we can't understand. It's a tool. A ridiculously powerful and complicated tool for sure, but a tool nonetheless, built by people and ultimately controlled by people. Because at the end of the day, it all comes back to us, doesn't it? Knowing that AI stands for artificial intelligence is just step one. Understanding what that really means, that it's a powerful tool with incredible potential but also very real risks, is the next. But the real question, the most important one, is the one we all have to answer together. How are we going to choose to use it?